just a little summary, and then some
Okay.
other part also contains the
Oh,
other
that's
part also
good.
contains the studies that we downloaded, or the ones that we decided to actually look at. So basically, that is it.
Okay. That's good. That's good. What about the writing? Because this is analysis. So what about the writing? Or we have to do something?
Writing, no one would have to speak to it. I think that we have done something with regards to the
Okay.
methodology. We didn't start the actual paper. We just did something on the methodology where each one of us, or some of us, were tasked to, write something small about
Yeah.
the methodology. So I think we haven't written anything on this. This what I have here. I haven't put it into writing. Yeah, but we have done
Okay.
something to the methodology, and I think Noah was the one who was compiling those. So I think he'll be the best to speak to it.
Okay. Noah is not here today, so I don't know what we are. But what I want us to do is, uh, who is tasked to do the? I think the other day I shared what each and everyone is supposed to do, right? I
Yes,
didn't
you
do
did.
that. Yeah. So those who are supposed to write introduction, I think I am supposed to write introduction or something. Yeah, something like that. I think we need to start. We need to start working. Yeah, that's my suggestion. We need to start working now. Now that we not that we don't have anything to do anymore, but uh, and also not to go on break, but if we can finish this before the year will end, I think that would be great. This paper, if we can complete this paper before the year will end, plus one book chapter that everybody will write. That's some of you are in different groups. Think these two, if we are able to finish it before the year will end, I think that would be very great. I have it here. I want to share it. So this is what we discussed the other time. Let's see if I have given responsibilities to everyone. I have assigned people to everyone. Abstract, not yet. Okay, so that's how I will do overview of the key concepts. Noah, what is the meaning of BIM? Okay. Bright is here, right? Bright, are you here? Bright or Bismarck? Which of you is here? Is it Bright or Bismarck? One of you is here.
Doc is Bismarck.
Bismarck, yeah. I would like you to write, it's still on the BIM, but I would like you to write the overview of BIM in Ghana in terms of its application so far. Areas they have. Noah will write the general overview of what BIM is. Like what is BIM, the history behind BIM and all that, the brief one. I think I need to add words. Yeah, I need to add words to it. Methodology. Goswe, do you want to write methodology since you have done?
I can
Hey,
do the methodology.
I'm told the methodology is done.
So with the methodology, what So that was what I was telling you about. That we
It has
have
been written.
some portions. So as to how far we've gotten, I think Noah would be the one to speak to, because he was the one collecting the small write-up that we were doing.
Noah is not here. Can you, after the meeting, can you communicate and confirm whether it has been done, it has not been done, where you have reached, that kind of thing? Can you please do that?
Okay, sure. But no matter the
Yeah,
state, I think
let's. Mhm.
where whatever is lacking in there, I'll just finish it up. So that, yeah.
Okay, okay. And then also, what again?
Then the analysis.
Yeah, the analysis. Who is going to do that?
It was given to me also.
Okay. So, are you going to do it?
Yes, please, I'll do it.
Sure. Are you happy to do the analysis? Can you do the analysis?
Oh, I can do the analysis. I'll be happy
Okay.
to do it.
That means you have to run the, like
Yeah,
run everything.
the
Are you
jump.
sure? The
Yes, I
Jamovi
can.
and all that. You can. Okay. So you please do that. Do the analysis and do the with the analysis part. Don't do deep interpretation. The deep interpretation is normally done at the discussion session. And that is where I want to go back and see who is doing the discussion. Yeah, because the discussion is very, very important. If this paper will sell, it's going to be based on the discussion that we do. The kind of discussion that we do will affect how the paper will sell. So okay, so Godsway, please do that. If you do that, then I will take you out of the discussion part. The discussion, Elvis, Benjamin, Gilbert, Amma, and Co. We will share the discussion, including myself. We'll do the discussion together. Mhm. So the discussion part is supposed to give us the interpretation of whatever you have done. There is something I want you to do too. What are we looking at? Barriers or success factors? What are we looking at? What did we say?
So we are looking at both. So there's success factors and then the barriers. Yeah. And so
Okay.
that is categorization of the papers. That is where the subgroup would come from.
Okay. So yeah, so there's something I want you to do, and I want you to check this app. God's way. So if you can do that, look at, in addition to all the meta-analysis thing, there's this paper. If you need help, let me know. There's something I help somebody to do. Where's the paper? Yeah, this paper, right? Within the paper, the person, I even shared it on our page. This paper, the person used the relative importance index. And he has explained it. He has made it very simple. It's easy to understand. If you read this and you go and look at his results, it's so easy to understand. You can do the same thing. This one, by the weightings and then the group weightings and then the ranking. How it has been ranked, which one is first, second, and then the total relative importance index values. They are there. So I want you to do something like this. Or if you have another way of going about the relative importance index, you can do it. Any of them,
Okay.
that is what you do. Yeah, but I want to see this with respect to either the factors or the barriers or whatever, to do that. So this paper, which was published 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Yeah, he's somebody that I work with, so the new student. Yeah, it's about ESG and PPP. We did a systematic review. So please, this paper, look for this paper. Those of you who are writing review papers, you can decide to adopt this method. It's easy to do. It's easy to do. Probably maybe next week when we meet, I'll take you through it. I can even take you through it now. But you can also do next week. Just that the reason why I'm saying next week is that next week I want to come with an Excel sheet. Yeah, I'll teach you how to compute it. That's what I'm saying next week. But I can even teach you now. It's easy to do. You just look at the number of occurrences of some factors in the papers, and then you add the total in the group together, divide by so and so and so and so. It's easy. It's easy to do. It has a way of giving your article a quantitative touch, even if you are writing a qualitative systematic review paper. It has a way of giving your paper some quantitative touch, So please consider if you want to use this. Okay, let me go to. So that would be that one should stand on its own. There's also part of the analysis. Implications. So how many words do we have? This will be like, let me make this 300. 1,000, 1,004, 1,008, 2,004 plus 1,002. That's 3,006, 4,001, 6,001 plus 1,002, 6,001 plus 1,002. That's 7,300. I mean, roughly, without references. We have not added the references yet. So yeah, we should be getting somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So please, everybody, try to do your best to do something. Just that for the discussion, I'll wait for God's for you to finish. But that part is very important. But things like introduction. So I will write my introduction this week, God willing. All right. The coming week, I'll do my introduction. So somebody like Noah and Bismarck. Bismarck, please. If you can finish this within the next week or two, maximum 400 words. With the 400 words, what I need you to do is you discuss BIM. This one, like you focus on Ghana. BIM application or implementation in Ghana. So here you give examples. You make it specific. But what Noah will be doing is to look at it from the global point of view, like the history behind it, how BIM came about, the different types of BIM, that kind of thing. So that's Noah's thing. So that anybody who will take or look at BIM or anybody who look at the paper and get to know that this is what BAME stands for. And then you will make it more Ghanaian, like in the Ghanaian context, because the paper is a Ghanaian based paper. So in the Ghanaian context, what is BAME? Or how has BAME helped construction professionals, construction projects, and the construction industry? Something like that. And then maybe the ones that are very common or popular used in Ghana, that kind of thing. So make it more Ghana based, between 300 to 400 words, which I think you can use 2 weeks to write. Yeah. So we will, for those of us here, we can begin up to this point until I get to know what Noah has done. If Noah has done them, so that would be great. If not, and then I'm told the descriptive too has also been done. Or God's way, that's not the case.
I'm not. We have the figure here, but as to the write up, I don't know if Noah
And so
has.
the write up has not been done. Can you add it to your work?
Yes. Okay. Okay. Sure.
Mm, okay, because the discussion part that we have to do, we have to share. We will share that part because that part is very important when we get to that point. But
Okay.
we have to wait for you to finish the analysis before we can go to discussions.
Okay.
Probably I need to add something like gaps. I think that would be important. Yeah, like yeah, the relevant gaps. I need to add that. That part of the right. It can't wait. Well, we are aiming to use, I mean, to get to these words, but it doesn't mean you have to get exactly the number of words. It could be like the 500. If you get about 300, 400, that would be great. Yeah, so just be focused on writing things which are relevant. Implications. Implications are too much. Let's say 500, 500. Yeah, okay. So if that's the case, yeah, I'm going to. Is there any question? I have to let you guys go so that you can go and focus on the writing. And then when we meet next week, we'll get to know what you have done, and if there's any update, you come and share with us. Next week, hopefully, God willing, I'll come with my introduction maximum next week. So the rest of you, if you can also try, I'm not saying you should, I mean, you have to finish by next week, but hopefully if you are able to complete it by next week, that would be great. Especially here, this part. Overview of BIM in Ghana. Application, yeah. Yeah, so if this part introduction overview can be done by next week, that would be Goswe, how long do you think you can do all these analyses and all that? How much do you 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
Uh, I think I will start. I don't know how long, but I think two. Okay, so right now my only problem is with the sensitivity analysis. Uh,
Mm,
the
do
sensitivity
you want us to
analysis.
do sensitivity analysis and why?
Yes, okay. I think we should do it because just to secure ourselves from comments from reviewers, because
Reviewers.
some of the studies that I've seen, they added the sensitivity analysis to their studies, and I think that it makes it more grounded. It
Hmm.
makes it more bulletproof. You may never know who you
Okay.
can meet, right? So I think that if we can do it, we should just
Uh,
inculcate it. It wouldn't spoil anything.
yeah, I agree with you. Okay, that's a good idea. Hmm.
But aside that, I would, right from this meeting, I think from tomorrow I'll start working on the SAV, those other ones.
Okay. Okay.
So hopefully next week by this time I should give you a positive feedback, and then
Feedback.
within the next 2 weeks I should be done with everything.
Okay. 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 That's good. That's good. Okay,
So I
that's
think
great.
that I will need up to.
Hmm?
So by fourth, I think fourth, the first week
Hmm. By
September,
first week of September.
first week.
Okay. Okay. 2 weeks.
Yes.
That's roughly 2 weeks. Okay. That's good. Anyway. Okay. Okay. I think that's all that I also have. Is there anyone who has any other question? Is there anyone who has a question, comment? No question. If nobody has a question, then
Please.
Mhm.
So when do we do the sensitivity analysis?
You want me to teach the sensitivity analysis?
If you will.
Okay, okay, you do the other ones. I will teach that one next week.
Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah, do the other ones that you know, the other parts that you are familiar with. You just cover them, and then I'll teach you next week about the sensitivity analysis.
Okay, I think it's a
Okay,
good idea.
then
Yeah.
thank you, and I think that's all for today. Yes, if no other question, then thank you so much for coming. All the best, and let's keep working hard. The good thing is that we have submitted so many book chapters now. That's good. Yeah, in a way, I'm training all of you, and the aim is those of you who will continue to be in academia, you can write your own books. And even if you are not going to be in academia, it's a good training for you to be maybe in future if you want to write a book, you can follow the same approach to write a book. Yeah, so it's good. And the book chapters, even though they take a longer time to get published, I think it's good if you do so many, you put so many into the system, and then once in a while you get one or two published, one or two published, one or two published. I think it's great. And developing a book chapter is not difficult compared to journal articles. The reason why journal articles tend to be difficult is the peer review process, where reviewers will reject your work and sometimes they'll pass comment and this person will reject. You have to take it to this journal, and this journal will say we don't like the paper and this and that. You know that thing. So it makes journal paper writing a bit difficult in terms of getting it published. It gets it makes it difficult a bit. So book chapter is one way of going around this whole thing. But the challenge with the book chapters is that book chapters are also not cited. But to me, it's okay. Once you get something done, it's good because you can use it to apply for jobs, for research grants, and also you can use it for so many things. Yeah, so not always that you have to get always get money out of something. The world is not everything in the world is not about money. Yeah, so it's a good opportunity. Anytime you get opportunity to write a book chapter, be part of it, especially if you are not the one writing the entire book chapter. If you are writing something like a 6,000 book chapter, it's going to be difficult. But here is a case where you are not writing a 6,000 book chapter, but you are being told to write a portion of it, which I think is good. So keep on. If you see, and also another thing I want to encourage everyone, just like how we have pseudo or quote unquote, I don't want to use the word fake, but I will say, what word should I use? Not it's just like journal articles. Some publishers, if you see certain publishers, don't go and join a book chapter. Before anybody will call you to come and join any book chapter, check the publisher first. I want to encourage, just like journal articles, how we are encouraged not to publish in certain journals. It's the same thing as book chapters. So something like if you see somebody going to publish a paper, a book in, let's say, Elsevier or with Elsevier, like they are going to publish a paper with Elsevier, or they are going to publish a paper with, let's say, Emerald or Taylor and Francis or Routledge. Is it Routledge or Routledge? Some of these are credible publishers, and some other ones like a book that we published recently with Professor Kofi Ajekum and Professor Les Opoku. Yeah, the publishers are called E&E or something. They are. I don't think they are part of these main publishers, but they are good. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that just check the publisher before you go and join any book chapter. If somebody call you to be contribute to a book chapter, check the publisher. Don't go and add your book chapter to some publishers. They are not going to help you. Yeah, just like the same way I have been commenting on checking who to publish your journal articles with. So check that. And the good thing is that book chapters are easier to develop. But book chapters, comments, I will not say they are not rigorous, but in many cases, book chapters, the comments are not like journal articles, because sometimes journal articles, your paper can go round like 3 or 4 times before it will be accepted. And sometimes book chapters may be one round with some few comments. So yeah, if you see anybody developing a book chapter, just be part of it and just write something. But you need to understand that the thing that you have contributed is not going to be published today or tomorrow. Unlike journal articles, where when your paper is accepted within a month or within some few weeks, it's going to be online. Book chapters sometimes take about 2-3 years. There's this book chapter that we recently published. Do you know when that book chapter was submitted? That was 2022 when we went for. I was still in school. Sustainable. Yeah, there's some book chapter that we published recently. This one. This book chapter has been in the system for almost many years. We submitted the book chapter in the year 2022 when we went for World Building Congress in Melbourne. In 2022, that the book chapter was submitted. After the conference, they asked us to submit our conference papers as book chapters. And it has been published this year. How many years? 4 years. So it is normal with book chapters can delay. And the reason why book chapters delay is that unlike journal articles where if it is called for papers, if your paper is accepted, it can be published before others will come in. For book chapters, you can't publish one chapter after the other, or if one chapter delays, you can't publish others. In other words, you have to publish all of them together at the same time. It's a book. It's not a chapter by chapter publication. It's an entire book. So if one chapter is delaying, or there is an issue with one chapter or one section, you have to wait and get all the sections together. That's why book chapters delay. Sometimes the delays from book chapters, I came to understand that it's not even from the editors. Maybe there is a certain somebody who has contributed to something, and the editors are asking him to review something, and the person is busy, and the person is not completing the 10. You know, that kind of thing. So it's going to delay all other people's work, their work. That's how book chapters work. Unlike journal articles where if it is a call for paper, if let's say my paper is accepted, it will be published before any other person. Book chapters don't work like that, or books don't work like that. They are published together. I was discussing something with my friend, and my friend told me there's a book chapter. My friend, they are going to release their book. And I think the book was even supposed to come out by now, but I don't know why this is still. I haven't seen anything out, because they said at the beginning of August, I contributed how many chapters? I think 2 or 3 chapters at the beginning of the year. And I was asking him why the thing has delayed, and he said there's someone in a country that I don't want to mention, not even Africa. It's a certain country, but I don't want to mention the name of the country. That the person is delaying. The person delayed in submitting something to them, and because the person delayed, they have to wait. They have to wait. And then there was also there was this thing when this person who delayed the thing brought the thing that sent the work. There is something that he didn't do. So when they send the thing to the publisher, which in this case is Springer brought the whole thing back to them that there's something in there that the person didn't add. So they have to chase this person again for the person to add the thing. So for book chapters, book chapters that's why many people, if you have really checked, that's why when people are doing books, they always consider people that they know, or like people within their circles. If you have really checked, they always consider people within their circles. Like maybe like those of you who are here, if I'm writing a book, I would prefer to work with you because it's easier to reach out to you than somebody who is saying that he's going to contribute or he has contributed, and trying to get a person, you have to chase the person over and over and over and over and over. Even my book that I'm doing, there's some 2 or 3 people that I'm considering removing their names from them because those people I've even gone to their Facebook platforms and I I have asked them questions. They are not replying. I send them emails. They have not replied. I've gone to their Facebook platform pages, send them DMs, and they are not minding me. I'm considering taking their names from the team because I will not let them delay me. I'd rather give the topic to somebody else, somebody that I know, and people that I know, because I will not let about 2 or 3 people delay the whole process. Yeah, so that's why book chapters delay. So that's for book chapters. And as I said, book chapters are not like journal articles. So if a portion of it delays, it's going to delay the entire work. So anytime you are writing a book chapter, don't have a mindset that, oh, the book chapter will be published, let's say, next month or 2 months or 3 months. Or sometimes it can even take 2 years. Look at my case. It has taken 4 years. So imagine if you were going to bang your hopes on this book chapter for maybe a promotion or to search for an offer or something, then it's not going to work for you. Yeah, so that's how book chapters work. So concentrate more on journal articles if you want papers to be published, especially if you want papers to be published for, let's say you need a paper for whatever, like maybe you need a paper for promotion, or you need a paper for what? Maybe you need a paper for maybe for what, PhD. Concentrate on journal articles because journal articles get published faster, even though journal articles come with so many challenges and issues. Challenges in the sense that your journal article can be rejected over and over and over again, and you can easily give up. As for book chapters, the reviewers don't punch you like journal articles. That's for book chapters. So far I haven't had any the kind of wahala I go through sometimes with journal articles. I have not had the same with book chapters. And the comments too, sometimes they are few, easy, straightforward. And it's the same for many book chapters. That is why for book chapters, we don't have peer review. They are normally not rigorous peer review. They don't go through rigorous peer review process. But rather, yeah, it doesn't mean that book chapters are not checked. That's not what I'm saying. They are checked. It doesn't mean that the reviewers don't check and pass proper comment or something. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that compared to the journal articles are rigorous, robust. Kind of, how should I say it? It's like that compared to yeah, Noah, please, you have a question.
No,
Can
good
you
afternoon.
ask?
Good
Yeah.
afternoon. Yeah, sorry, I was late. So I wanted to ask a question about publishing. Don't you think sometimes to get your paper published earlier, it is influenced by the authors on it? Because
I would
sometimes,
say, okay, 2 things. That one counts, but there's something I'm going to tell you which I think can help you if you want to get your paper published faster, which I discovered not many not many years ago, and I didn't know this many years ago, but I got to know it recently. What you have said, yes, it counts. Yeah, I mean, there are situations where, because of the names on the paper, the professors and all that, their papers are likely to be looked at compared to a novice or somebody who is starting his or her research journey. So that one counts. But recently, one thing I've come to discover is, which I think many of you can consider doing, is that always look at what we call special issues. If you go to any general website, check their special issues. Many special issues tend to have a faster, not that maybe, I mean, the papers will not go through the rigorous processes. That's not what I'm saying, but I mean, they end up being published faster compared to going through their regular, normal process. Yeah, and I'm saying this because of, as I said, for the past a year, almost 2 years now, what I've seen, and some of the special issues I've submitted my papers to. Yeah, the reason being that special issues normally have limited time. Limited time. For example, right now, there are some top journals that their special issues, the ending date is 30th September. And some of them even, I believe, ending of this month. And some of them maybe November ending. Some of them December ending. Therefore, the editors or the guest editors or whoever who is in charge of the process, they always want to see the papers go through a bit faster, or let me put it there, faster, compared to if you decide to put your paper in their regular system, which sometimes will take them a very long time for them to check the papers and then either pass comment or do something about the papers. So I will recommend, that's my own recommendation to you, that if you want your paper to be published faster, consider special issues. Yeah, because special issues tend to have shorter time. And because they have shorter times, like it has normally maybe the opening for just a month, or the opening for 2 months, 3 months, maximum 6 months. And because of that, the editors in charge, they want things to be quicker compared to the regular system. Yeah, so that's one way of getting this thing published. And then also, I mean, another thing that you need to consider is, if you also, if you want your paper to be published, consider submitting your paper to very good journals. For whatever reason, that's my experience, and I want to share it. For whatever reason, very good journals tend to look at your papers and pass comments on them faster. If your paper is good, good journals will quickly take them to reviewers. And if your paper is even bad and they want to reject it, they will give you quicker decisions. They will pass a quicker decision on the paper compared to some of these journals that I know. Some journals, I don't want to mention their names. Some journals that I know, even they doing desk, like what we call the initial screening, to check whether the paper is fit for that journal or not. Sometimes it will take, like, before they will get, if you put the paper in, before they will come back to you, say that, oh, the paper has passed initial screening test, whatever. Sometimes by the time they realize 3 months has passed, or 2 months, or 1 month has gone. But if you look at very good journals like Journal of Signal Production, Automation in Construction, Sustainability, Development, if you put your paper there, within 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, maximum 2 weeks, you see that they will bring a comment. They will say maybe the paper is good or the paper is not good, it's not fit. Either they will say they have rejected the paper, or the paper is moving on to the next step fast. You know, like recently there was a paper that we put into the building. No, not this one. There was a paper that we didn't. I didn't take even. We put it. I put it in like weekend, like Friday. By the Monday, the decision was given. I think this paper it was rejected. Actually, the paper it was rejected not because of the journal wanted to reject our paper, but the people who the students I developed this paper with, they use AI. I didn't check, not knowing they wrote this paper with AI. So the AI content was very high. I think about 76%. And apart from the AI, the paper also they plagiarized part of it. Part of the paper was also plagiarized. Like the similarity index was also very high. To be honest, I didn't check before I put the paper in. Yeah, and normally, I also okay. Let me go step by step so that I don't skip some things. So if like this journal, for example, they pass comment straight away within. We put a thing in within some few days. I don't think it took even 5 days. Then I got a reply that oh, the paper, they can't consider the paper, blah blah blah. It's not fit for the journal and all that. It was rejected, you know. This paper is beyond it. It was rejected. Now let me come to something I wanted to share with you. Okay, so the reason why papers are rejected, I want to explain this to everyone. Sometimes people don't understand why their papers. Because I'm an editor and I've also I've written a number of papers and I've seen it. This is one of the reasons why papers are rejected. And so when they reject the paper, especially if it is what we call desk reject. Desk reject means when you submit the paper and then maybe after 1 week or 1 month or 2 months, the editors will not send it to review or to the reviewers, but they will just say, oh, maybe the paper is not fit for this journal, or the paper is beyond the scope of the journal, or the paper is this and that. Those things are called desk rejection. Oh, we are sorry to inform you that the paper is also and so. These are the reasons why this thing happened. One of them is similarity index. Normally, the journals will not tell you, no journal will tell you that your similarity index is too high. That's why we have rejected the paper. They will never tell you, but that's the reason. They will find a nice ways to tell you, I mean, to communicate with you. So the paper is beyond the scope of the journal and blah, blah, blah. By submitting your paper to a more relevant journal, this will offer the highest likelihood that the paper will. It's just, they are just, somebody will say, word salad. They are just nice words. But actually, the thing behind, the reason behind, they will not tell you. So some of you, if you have submitted a paper and you have received this, I mean, this kind of nice words, that's what is behind. That's the thing behind. The thing behind is that the paper may have had, or the paper has something like a high SI index. The similarity index is high, beyond their threshold. Many journals consider, I think 10% or 5% or something, 15%. I don't know. But I mean, it should be minimum 5%. If you are 5%, you are safe. So before you submit your paper, you yourself check whether you have a similarity index. No matter how good you think your paper is, if your paper has high similarity index, they will reject the paper and you pass the paper round. So sometimes people are like, why is that everybody is rejecting my paper? But the paper is okay, blah, blah, blah. Check the similarity index. It's high. And nowadays, the second thing that has everyone, all the journals have added is the issue of AI check. So you need to also check your AI content. Or, as I always encourage students to do personally, I will encourage you not to use AI to write your papers. Don't even go there. That's my advice. Don't go and pass your paper through any AI software. don't do it. That's my advice because even if you just go and pass your paper through it and to check whatever, some of these AI this thing, they pick some of your words and retain them. So if another person check, it will be like maybe you have used AI to write your work. So write your work genuinely. And even if you have grammatical error, don't worry. The journals, if your paper is okay, paper is good, the journals, once you submit your paper and it goes to review, the reviewers normally pass comment that maybe your grammar is not good, so work on your grammar. When they come back from review and you get reviewers comment, you can revise and improve upon your sentences and your grammar. But don't use AI to write or generate something, because nowadays it has become a thing. So that's also one reason. That's another reason why journals reject papers. If your AI content is high, they will reject it. Now, another reason why papers are rejected is there are some papers too that the thing is not good at all. Like you look at that the paper is not this one, they have used AI to write it, or it's plagiarism or something. But the paper, you don't see the head from the head from the tail. Like methodology is going to Kumasi, introduction is heading towards somewhere, this, that. The paper is like disorganized. They can also reject the paper, the screening, And then another thing too, which I think in the past has happened to me, is that some editors also sometimes take their time to read portions of your paper. So when you write a paper, not that you have to be perfect, but if you are, let's say you have a discussion and you are talking about something, the flow, you can't be talking about AI and then all of a sudden you have deviated and you are talking about something which has nothing to do with AI. Like a recent review comment I got from about a paper, and one of the reviewers was saying that the discussions is like there's no consistency in the discussions. Like you are talking about AI, then all of a sudden you have deviated. You are talking about oceans, something like it has nothing to do with the paper. It has nothing to do with the AI that your paper is based on. Like something you don't know where the whole thing is up. So it's something that you need to work on it. For those things, like for somebody who has started or is starting to write papers, sometimes it's a challenge because you are now trying to put your art together. So you are not experienced. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. If you can write consistently or like there's no flow in your work, that's okay. But after some time, you improve. Try to improve. Yeah, don't continue to be the same. And then, like it's just like I don't know how to put it. It's just like how we read articles, we read papers, we read anything. Then, like when you are reading something, somebody is saying something. The person starts from A, the person moves to B, from B, the person go to C, from C, the person go to D. Then when you are reading, you see that, oh, yeah, okay, this is what it's just like somebody telling you a story. Okay. So from here, the person did this and the person did that. Okay, yeah. But imagine somebody telling you a story, and then all of a sudden, the person bringing something, and it's like Russia and Ukraine, they are fighting. Hey, but sometimes some of the things that we read, it's not easy. Like you ask yourself, so this person, did the person really get time to sit down to write or something? And once again, as I said, yes, we are not talking about perfection, No. It's not about being perfect or writing something which is, but at least when you are just like the way when you just have that mindset, the same way you talk to people, the same way you share your stories, the same way you speak to others, is the same idea and the same approach that we bring into academic or paper writing. The same. If you are talking about something, you are sharing a story. Yes, from here, and then the thing you move to that, and then you move to that, and then you move to that, and then you move to that. Yes, so but here is the case, as I said, you are sharing a story about maybe something going on in Ghana, and then all of a sudden you go and bring something which has nothing to do with it. It's like if somebody is even listening to you, the person will get confused. What is this person saying? It's the same thing, the same thing in academic writing. It's the same thing. It's not like anything. So it's not. So just have that mindset. Have the same mindset. That's the reason why I always encourage some of you, like many of you here, you have done construction management, you have done quantity surveying, you have done all the theories, you have sat in a class, group discussions, assignments about Ghana, and then you are giving a construction management something to talk about in Ghana, which you have done some assignment and even some, you have gone to the field to collect data and all that, and then you are being told to talk about it, and then you can't describe it. It's strange. The things sometimes it's like I'm surprised because it's something that you have done. This one is not like something that you have no idea about. It's something that you have done. You have gone to the field. You have sat in meetings. You have gone to seminars, workshops, conferences. So if you are given the opportunity to write about them, can't you do it? Can't you do it? You must be able to do it. Yeah, so it's the same. Just once again, as I said, I understand many people, as you are starting your writing journey, it's challenging, but over time, develop that thing. See writing as just like the way you live your life. The same way you talk to anyone. Like right now, if I decide to call Noah, and then we decide to talk about something or share something, the same way Noah you talk to me, bring the same idea, the same approach to writing, the same. If you have that mindset, your writing is always going to be nice. Yeah, like the way you are, you talk, you share things, and when somebody maybe you meet someone or you have a friend or a family member or somebody that you are talking to, you can give the person step by step or give the person the details, like I did this, from here I went to this, and after that I did that, and I did this, that. It's the same thing in writing. The same. Yeah, that's the reason why sometimes, that's why I said, I find it difficult to be like, what is this person even what is the person writing? Eh? What are you writing? What is this? You know, it's like, what are you writing? Because you don't see the head from the tail, you don't see where the person is going. It's like this whole thing is scattered. You just think about it. If you meet somebody and the person shares scattered stories or story to you, how are you going to take it? You start like, this guy is everything okay? Like, what is going on? What is, you know? So they say, bring the same, and that's also one of the reasons why some journals reject papers. Yeah. As for the reviewers, maybe another time I'll take you through the mindset, how reviewers think. It's like how they also pass comments. Yeah, but even the reviewers comment, personally, I don't have any problem with a reviewer. I don't care if a reviewer will bring 10 pages of comment or 5 pages of comment or 2 pages of, I don't really care about that. Because once you bring your comments, Me too, I'm also prepared to face you with my responses. Yeah, so for as for comments, I don't have a problem with comments. Yeah, any comment that you are ready to pass, I'm also ready to face you with my responses. So personally, I don't have any problem with comments. Anybody can pass whatever comment, but normally the issue has to do with the dex, what we call dex rejection. Try as much as possible not for your paper to be rejected. Yeah, and another thing too, there are also some petty minor small mistakes that many of us we do that get our papers rejected. One of them is that you have put together a paper and then the paper has no conclusion. You have put together a paper and the paper has no reference list. You have put together a paper and the paper has no methodology. Let's say you are writing an empirical paper and then the methodology is missing. You have put together a paper, empirical paper, no literature review. You have put together empirical paper, maybe the analysis, there's no analysis. You know, yeah, recently I nearly made a mistake. Like I nearly made a mistake. There's one student who sent his work to me in the paper. When I read the introduction and all that, some part, I was so happy because the person wrote that. Even the happiness, the thing that I was, the thing I was happy about, not knowing later when the person used AI to generate it. The person used AI to generate the thing. So even the thing that I was happy about was all AI that I was reading. Anyway, but I worked on it. But I mean, this is the issue that I had, or this is what I nearly faced, and it was that I was going to submit the paper, but something told me, why don't you check the entire paper and make sure everything is okay? And lo and behold, when I checked the methodology part, there was no methodology. The paper had no methodology. So with this, anyone who is doing the check, we normally call them assistant editors or like assistant. Sometimes you see the words like assistant or editorial assistant. Anyone who is doing that will outright reject your paper. Yeah, without wasting the person wasting his or her time. Because don't forget, the journals, they receive many papers. So hey, some of the journals, they receive like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, or even more within a year. So if your paper some petty, small mistakes, you cannot fix your things. You can't do your homework well, and you want them to fix it for you. They will reject the paper. Yeah, so before you submit a journal paper, you need to just check. That's why I started by mentioning that even now check if you think personally, if I am writing. Recently I was sharing something with some people on another platform that because nowadays I've tried as much as possible not to do maybe copy something from somewhere and rewrite, and I've stopped all those things. If I'm writing anything, I'm writing something that is in my head, something I have read, something I have understood, and I write it in my own stuff. Like I use my own whatever, I write it. So I don't normally, nowadays I don't check AI and SI. But many of you, or those of you who are starting, like you are starting your academic journey and you don't have much experience, definitely you are going to have issues with SI and AI. And it is good before you submit your article, it is good you check whether your paper has no AI content and your paper has no SI issue. It's good you check that. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong if you check your SI and AI. There's nothing wrong with that. You haven't done anything bad. And once you check your AI and your SI and you get to know that they are high, spend time to work on them. Don't just put it aside and still go ahead and submit your paper. Remember, the same way you checked and you got to know that maybe your SI is high and your AI is high, the general editorial assistant will also get to know it. And for them, they will not forgive you. They will just reject your paper. They will normally send you this nice email, the one I was sharing with you. They will send you this nice thing. Oh, this manuscript is beyond but the truth of the matter is that the manuscript is not beyond the aim of anything. And it's not true. It's actually not true. But as I said, they will not send you that kind of confrontational email by saying, oh, you maybe your paper is highly plagiarized, or your paper you have AI content, maybe, or your paper is not good enough. They will not say that. That's confrontational. Rather, they will send you this nice email that, oh, this manuscript is beyond the aims and scope of building an environment and is not suitable for the journal. I regret so and so and so. By submitting your paper to a more relevant journal, this would offer the highest likelihood that they are even encouraging you. You see how they are? They just even find a way to encourage you small. But the thing is that there's something behind the thing, but they will not tell you. I do, and then they even go ahead and say, "Oh, I do apologize for any inconvenience caused. Your understanding is highly appreciated. I would nevertheless like to take this opportunity of thanking you for your interest in publishing with and to and to wish you every success in finding a very suitable journal for your publication of your research." Nice. They even try to encourage you and all that. But the truth of the matter is that that's not the thing. It has high AI content. The paper has issues. If the paper did not have AI issues, this is not what they will be sending to me. They will send a different story. What they will send to me is that we have now sent the paper to so and so editor. It's in charge. When you read that, my God, this people. Yeah, so anytime I see this, anytime I see emails like this, I know that I think I would say, I always say there's an issue. I just go back and check and do my homework. That's why I was explaining to somebody the other time that personally, and I know people have issues with me on this, but I also have issues with them also on that. That's the reason why sometimes I personally prefer that before a paper will be submitted to a journal, spend time to work on it and work on it well. Even if it will take you 1 year or even 2 years, personally, I prefer that. Prepare the paper very well and submit the paper. When you do that, you have a lower rate of rejection. When you spend time to prepare your manuscript very well, you check the grammar. In fact, some time ago, I used to have even someone who used to do proofreading for me, even before I submitted. But recently, the charges was charging me some high amount. I told him no. And then actually, I spoke to one of my professors, and he said, "You can do it." I was like, "You can do. Why do you have to give it to somebody to do proofreading for you? Just spend time. Once you finish writing the paper, spend some time to read over it, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 times. Just spend time to read over your own work 1 or 2, 3 times and submit it. Everything is going to be fine." I started doing that, and the thing has been working for me. Yeah. So to me, spend time and work on your manuscript before you submit it. Other than that, your manuscript will be rejected. And one thing about rejection is that, which is a natural human thing. Once anything is rejected in your life, you have this kind of tendency of feeling down and even giving up. It's the same everywhere. You are not the only person who feel that. I also feel that. I'm also a human being. Because once you submit your manuscript, let's say to 1 or 2 journals, and they have been rejected, you are likely to give up. You are likely to give up. It's possible that you will give up. Yeah. So why don't you spend time and work on your paper and correct all the errors? And then even if it is possible, you can give it to maybe a senior colleague or a lecturer, or professor, or somebody for the person to read through, pass comment, make the changes, all the thing, prepare the paper well, submit it to a good journal, accepted, published. Why don't you do that? You want to rush and rush and go and put a thing there. You are rushing, and you are rushing, you want people to accept your paper. They will also rush and come back with the decision. Yeah, because sometimes, to be honest with you, some of the papers, hey, you check and the issues, the issues is not the best. I mean, the issues that they have, they are not the best. You know, and some of them, as I said, they are even minor. You don't have a methodology in your empirical paper, and you're going to submit it. Okay, another thing too is that some people also say, oh, I did factor analysis. In the methodology, the person said, oh, I did factor analysis. He will even describe the factor analysis there. But when you go and check the results section, there is no factor analysis. Oh, the person said, oh, I did systematic review and blah, blah, blah. You go and check, there's no systematic review in the paper. So all these simple, minor issues, you can fix them if you just spend time. Yeah. And these are the reasons why our papers get rejected. Not because people have, of course, I mean, there are papers that you still work on it, get it prepared perfectly and all that, but still some reviewers will have issues with you and the paper will be rejected. That's fine. It's there. And even those papers which are prepared well that reviewers bring comments that are rejected, if you send it to another journal, it's likely to be published, likely to be accepted and published. You know, so yeah, just prepare your things well, prepare your homework well. And nowadays, our burden has even increased with the issue of AI. Gone were the days, or gone are the days where it was only SI, similarity index. Now it's AI has been added to the thing. So if you want to publish, you are fighting with SI and you are also fighting with AI. So it's no more the issue of only cut and paste. It's now both cut and paste, and then what? And AI. So you need to look at all these things before you can get your paper published. Yeah, but I think just spend time to prepare your paper well. Don't be under pressure. Yeah, even those of you who are like, you need papers to you need papers for, like, let's say PhD offers and all that. Yeah, you still spend some time. If you really need papers for PhD, then what I will also encourage you to do, maybe spend some time on your papers. If maybe you want to get the papers prepared and published as soon as possible, just spend some time to prepare them well. Yeah, just spend time. But if you don't have that time and you still want to publish in good journals, then you just divide your time into pieces and work on each section of the paper well. Prepare each section well and put them together and go and publish them. The reason why I'm saying this is that, for example, my PhD supervisor, main supervisor, when I think he completed his PhD in 2008 or 2009 or so at the University of Melbourne. You know that when he started publishing his papers, I think after 3 years, Without publishing his thesis, PhD thesis papers after 3 years. 2012 or 2013. That's what she told me, something like that. So don't be in a rush. Yeah, especially if you want to publish them. And as I said, I understand, yes, many of you or some of you want to use them for application to get PhD offers and all that, but you need to consider the quality of the paper. If you are going to publish an academic journal article, then spend some time on it, prepare it. Don't let anybody pressure you to go and put your paper into 1 or 2 or 3, 4 journals where the same paper will be rejected, will be rejected, will be rejected, will be rejected. After some time, you even feel you feel like giving up. The same paper has been rejected 5 times in different journals. Why? Because if we are going into your paper has issues. Maybe your paper has an AI issue, or the paper has an SI issue, or the grammatical something is not well, or the sections have not been put together well, or because you didn't get time. Fix them. Yeah. So please get time. As for the time, it's be difficult for me to maybe do A or B or C. You know what you do. So just do what will fit into your routine, like your calendar or whatever. Yeah, but just get time to work on your articles. Anyway, that's all for today. But before we go, another angle that I want to share, something simple before we go, is the business part. The business part, I've been working on it, putting things together. I will be going to Goril in China early next year because I got some people who are into construction materials and all these construction stuff, including machines and all that. So I'm going to work with them and see how things will go in terms of getting this interior decor, plastering stuff, and all these construction stuff things. Yeah, I'm still working with them, so it's not something that is conclusive. So I don't want to share too much. Yeah, so I'm working with them. But so far, I know people. Even one of them, someone that I know, came here. She's a she. She came here. She came to marry an Australian boyfriend, and I got opportunity to meet her. We talked about some things, and yeah, I'll be going. That's going early next year. I'll be in China. I'll go to the factory and see how we can get some staff to help us to do the thing. So the construction business thing is ongoing. Yeah, but just that I need more, or I need more information. I'm still strategizing. I'm still putting plans. I'm putting things together. Yeah, so that when we take off, the thing will work. And I just want to get people from many places so that we have solid foundations, solid suppliers, subcontractors, contractors, architects that we'll be working with, because as we all know, construction business comes with a lot of money, and if somebody trusts you with his or her money to build something for him or her, you can't be joking. You can't be like you can't be playing with the person. Yeah, you need to put your acts together. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So yeah, so that part is also going well. Thank God. So yeah, I'll be in China. I just want to go to the factory and go and meet. She said she's ready and she'll get a place for me and all that. So I think it's likely I'll either go to Shanghai or Guangzhou or whatever. I mean, when I get there, I'll see. Yeah, so that's the update, but I'm seriously working on it and trying to get some people on the field as well to work with us, so that when we start taking contracts and start working, it's not be like we are joking. It's because, as I said, it's hard for people to come by. It's hard to get to come by money, or hard to get money. So if somebody gives you like $10 million or $5 million or 1 million Ghana cedis or something, and the person trusts you to build something for him or to do something for him, you can't just be you can't be joking. Yeah, you need to know what you are doing and you need to do it and do it well. Yeah, actually, I was impressed. It's somebody that I know. I don't know whether I should share the person's name, but I got to know one of our guys that I have worked with recently. I don't think I should share the person's name. No, I don't want to. Maybe in future. But one of the guys I've worked with, and even we have written a paper with, who is, I think, the person comes from your department. The person has a business, or the person is part of a certain business, something construction business, and some of their projects that they are doing, I got the opportunity during the week to see some of their photos, and they're very, very nice. Very nice. I think maybe I'll consider sharing some of the photos in the on our WhatsApp page for you to see them. That people are doing things. That's what I'm trying to say. People are doing things. I was really impressed. Really impressed. Yeah, so it's something that we can do. And once you do it and do it well, you get money. Yeah. Okay, thank you for coming, everybody. And I think we'll end here. And we will meet again another time. Yeah. Is there any question, any comment that somebody want to pass? If there's no question, comment, then we have to end. Okay. Thank you. Have a great time. Good afternoon. Afternoon, yes. And here's night. Good evening. Okay. Bye bye. No comment. No question. Okay. If no question, no comment. Bye bye, everyone. Bye.